Headless CMS probably has to be one of the easiest ways to set up a Jamstack application. You just drop in your headless CMS and suddenly your backend is ready to go. All you have to do is set up the content model and you can get to publishing. So Strapi is one such CMS that has a convenient little starter for a Next.js blog. So I went ahead and just got that set up. We have the front end running right here, the back end Strapi running right here, and we have our simple little blog. Has a bunch of articles, has some categories set up, and then Strapi in the back end, ready to go. You can just start publishing. So convenient. But what I want to set up is back end logging for my blog. I want to be able to see how people are using it when they're accessing the API, what's getting pulled, how they're accessing the site. Partially for debugging, partially just because I want to snoop, right? So we're going to go ahead and do that using Resurface. Resurface is a backend logging solution. I have it set up here already with a server running, and we have a nice little endpoint to go ahead and start logging data. So super simple, just hop into Resurface's documentation for their Node.js logger. We'll go ahead and install that in our project in the backend, and then hop into the API documentation to get it set up. Strapi.js uses Koa for its server, pretty similar to Express. Super simple to use. So yeah, this is what we need right here. So if we hop into our project, yep, just added the resurface logger. Um, all we have to do is starting off, we go ahead and make a middlewares. That's not where I wanted to put that. We make a middlewares folder. There we go. Here we go. And then we're going to go ahead and make resurface index.js. This is our logger middleware. And I went ahead and set up the code for that. This is mostly based off of Strapi's own documentation, but I went ahead and pulled in the resurface object and set up a logger to our endpoint, and then dropped in basically just logging all of our requests, the request and the response. Super simple. Then other than that, to enable it, we just got to hop into config, make a new file, middleware.js, and drop in a little config object, also from the Strapi documentation. But here we see we have resurface loaded as the first middleware, and then because it was a custom one we just set up, we have to enable it right here. So save that, restart our server, and what that should let us do is now log all of our requests to our resurface instance from our blog. So if we just click around a little bit to try to get some traffic in there, pull all these endpoints, we're going to hit some categories at the top, click on a couple articles. This shrimp is awesome. Uh, that should give us some traffic to actually work with. And then if we hop into Resurface and just refresh, yep, it should let us see all the traffic that we just put in. So we can see the pulls to global, to different articles. That shrimp really is awesome. Our categories, etc. We can look at our trends, and it'll show us what kind of browser accessed it, what methods. One of my favorite parts is hopping down here, we can see a little chart on what paths are being accessed. Yeah, I guess I did click on a lot of categories. But yeah, simple as that. That's a headless CMS with backend API logging.